Hey everybody, KC here. So there was a story in the Washington Post the other day about this Australian property developer, a millionaire property developer, who gave a speech in which he said that basically Australia needed more unemployment. And basically what he called for was unemployment to rise to between 40 and 50%. Okay. Now, he didn't say this because he thought it would be good for the economy, which it most certainly would not be, but because he thought that would restore the rightful order of things in terms of employees understanding that, bosses are bosses and they work for them and they better know their place. One of the things he says here, I think the problem that we've had is that people decided they didn't really want to work so much anymore, and that has had a massive issue on productivity. So basically what he says we need to do is remind people that they work for the employer, not the other way around. There's a systemic change where employees feel the employer is extremely lucky to have them, as opposed to the other way around. That dynamic has to change. And his solution is, just put 50% of the population out of work. That'll teach them. I wish I could do that with an Australian accent. Anyway, I read this story, and the first thing that came to mind was something my dad used to say every once in a while. When somebody said or did something really stupid, he'd look at me and say, what a boob. This guy, by the way, total boob. The thing is, if he could make an argument, and he couldn't, that it was good for the economy, that'd be one thing. But this is all about personal power. This is all about him feeling entitled, him feeling that employees just really have to know their place. Well, clearly he is not in touch with the year 2023, and this is not going to really work out really well for him, I would suspect. I mean, first of all, who'd want to work for this guy? The thing is, listen, have dynamics changed? Absolutely. The paradigm has changed. Employees do feel empowered. That's not necessarily a bad thing. An empowered employee in the right circumstances is the best possible employee. We've talked about it here before. An empowered employee feels a sense of ownership over the company. They're willing to go the extra mile. Employees who are not empowered and don't feel a sense of ownership, well, to a certain extent, I blame that on their bosses, their leaders. Right? Now, that's not everybody, right? There clearly are employees out there who are slackers, okay? And they're always going to take advantage. But you know something? There are executives out there that are slackers too, and they take advantage. There are slackers everywhere. It's up to leaders to hire smart and then empower people, lead them intelligently in a way that they're going to deliver value for the company and actually for themselves, finding some meaning in work. But this whole idea about 40 to 50% unemployment, it's interesting. One of the things that the story said was that government data puts Australia's unemployment rate at the moment at 3.7%. And the Bank of Australia has said that the rate of unemployment would have to rise to about 4.5% to curb inflation. So they're recognizing to curb inflation, unemployment's got to go up a little bit. This guy wants 10 times that, if only so he can be empowered more to be the kind of boss that he wants to be. Again, I quote my father, what a boob. That's what's on my mind this morning. And as always, I want to hear what's on your mind.